So my next question is Medicare. When do I sign up and what does it actually cover?
Medicare, a fun one. We've been doing a lot of Medicare recently, and it's a very misunderstood area. Things just tend to get more complicated as you get into retirement. I don't know why. Things should be getting simpler, and that's what we try to do here at ClearPath is make things simpler, and that's what we're going to try to do today. So Medicare, again, very confusing. The main thing you got to understand is it boils down to two parts. There's Part A and Part B. I like to say one of them you have a decision on based on if you're going to have coverage or not, and one of them you really don't. So Part A, there's no reason to wait to sign up. You actually really need to sign up at 65. You're going to be penalized. You don't have to pay a premium for Part A. You paid into this unless you don't have enough work history, but threshold pretty low. So assuming you have enough work history, you don't pay a premium for Part A. You should go ahead and sign up for this immediately when you turn 65. Now you've got a 7-month window. We'll cover that in a second. But Part A, you want to go ahead and sign up for. Part B is where you're going to pay a premium. Now, this is going to be based on your income from 2 years ago. So there's a 2-year rolling look back every year. So this is 2026. They're going to look at your 2024 modified adjusted gross income, and they're going to use that to determine how much your premium you're going to pay in 2026. And then next year, they'll look back at 2025 and so on. So this, you can wait as long as you have credible coverage. So if you're retired and you're just paying a marketplace plan, it's probably going to make sense to go ahead and get on Part B and get a Medicare, either a supplement or an advantage, and go ahead and get on that. But if you or your spouse are still working and you have employer coverage, it might make sense to delay it. So whenever we have a client that's getting ready to turn 65, we like to bring them in. We like to say, hey, bring in your workplace plan, right? Let's look at it. Let's look at what you're paying, what your spouse is paying to keep you on the plan, whatever the situation is, and let's compare it to the two phases of Medicare. Let's compare it to the Part B premium that you're going to have to pay, and let's compare it to whatever Medicare route we want to go. I like to say there's two kind of decisions. There's the supplement route, which is you're going to pay a premium every month, somewhere $100 to $200 a month, and that's going to cover all the extra bills. So any co-pays, any doctor's bills, labs, x-rays, all that stuff. And then there's the advantage route, which is going to be, you're not going to pay a premium. You're not going to pay any extra premium on top of the Part B, but you're going to pay little co-pays along the way. You're going to pay $40 for a specialist, $20 for the primary care. So you're going to kind of pay extra bills along the way. So again, if you're on an employer plan, let's review it, right? When you're getting ready to turn 65, you might be able to save substantial amounts of money by switching to Medicare. Or you might not. We might say, hey, that employer plan's awesome, especially if you've got like a state plan or anything like that. So it's very important to review that when you get closer to 65. But that's the biggest thing people misunderstand is, I need to go ahead and get on Part B right away. If you're on your employer plan, don't sign up for Part B and pay the premium and be on the employer plan. We've seen that so many times. So there's a lot of misconceptions there. Anytime you're getting close to 65, you have a 7-month window, 3 months before you turn 65, the month you turn 65, and 3 months after.